Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. And it is Wednesday, August the 25th. I cannot believe, number one, where the year has gone, let alone the month of August, that we are finishing out our calendar for the rest of this month and already looking at the beginning of September and so forth. And I have some things that I've been kind of looking at and gearing up for these last few months of the year. I think it was last year at this time that Tammy talked about the 12-week year. And so there's just so many things that you can put into place right now, but you can almost put in so many things that you get overwhelmed. So we're going to keep that from happening. But the first thing we're going to do to start off with, just like we always do, because we got to start with the positives. We are going to do the 3 to 5 things that we are grateful for in the last 24 hours. Okay, go ahead and move in and do your I ams. Say them out loud, write them down, or if you have one that you love, go ahead and put it in the chat really quick so that we can all learn from you what your I ams are. Okay. All right, if you just got on, we just did our gratefuls and our I ams, finishing those up. And then the next thing I'm going to have you do is have your second device. We're going to go ahead and log into the cloud. And even if you're logged in ahead of time, why does it always kick you out, you know? We're going to log in, we're going to do our rate of run. And thankfully, with the onset of double triple, I have met my goal, but I'm not stopping for the month. Still moving forward. Well, I guess I should say the low end of my goal. But that's fine. So go ahead and scroll on down, go down to your business snapshot, click on that and take a look at what your current QV is. On my calculator. Put that into your calculator. Divide it by 25 because today is the 25th of the month. That smaller number you get, multiply that now by 31. Okay, and that is your rate of run average that you and your team should end the month at if you stay on the track that you're on, which I am excited about that number because that's on the upper end, right towards the upper end of my monthly goal. I'll just tell you all this right now because I mean, it's us. My monthly goal is 20,000. 12 is the lowest end of my monthly goal. And so I've hit beyond the 12, but I'm not close. Okay, Sonia, you were cracking me up. I haven't gotten close to the 20, but what my rate of run is indicating is if we can stay on the same trajectory, then we will come really, really close to it. And so you may be thinking, okay, we've got September coming up, you know, parents are finished paying with you know, things for school. They're starting to think more about themselves and things that they want to do for themselves, maybe as we move into the last few months of the year. And so that's where you can kind of start thinking of different ways that you could get those sample packs out there and so forth. And so we'll go into some of those ideas and get y'all to share those in just a few minutes. But have you gotten your birthdays done yet for today? I have not. I was doing good to eat my lunch today. So I've got to get my birthdays done. And then hang on, let me flip back really quick. excuse me, this is where I normally have a ton of names written down, and y'all, I've got to be honest with y'all. I haven't had babies for 3 days, so I feel like I'm playing catch up. And yes, I know I can work this business in the nooks and crannies of my day, but I've got to do some catch up here from these last few days. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to find names in my cloud that are free customer accounts and just send them, hey, you know, if I know that they've got younger children, hey, hope everything went great with the beginning of school year, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Just creating those extra conversations because I periodically email them anyway. Just, you know, saying, hey, if you are a pumpkin spice fan, you know, I've got pumpkin spice for you or something along those types of lines. So that's where I hone in on names that are in my cloud. And then I also, of course, do the custom conscious comments. And so I've got to get 30 of those done. I may have to kind of tweak a little bit today, and then tomorrow's a more focused day. I don't have to have the babies all day. So, excuse me. Also, take a look in your downline. Excuse me, not your downline, your downline order history. Do you have people that you need to send thank you notes to that you have not done that yet? You can jot their names down. I've got a girl. The only thing I have from her is her email. It was the one that I had gotten out of the blue. She'd made her account back in January, and then she bought like a 2-week sample. Sent her an email, you know, this is how to do it, da, 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 da. Crickets, didn't hear anything. I looked on here just right before we got on the Zoom. She placed an order. It's only for DFTs. So I'm going to be sending her some information. You know, I'm not going to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just ordered DFTs. But I'm just going to be giving her some information and, you know, asking her, you know, if there's anything that I can help her with and that kind of a thing. But take a look and see if you've got names of people that you need to send a thank you note to. I'm seeing one right here. This lady pops on social media every now and then. I send her stuff in the mail, never hear a word from her, but she orders faithfully every single month. And even though I don't hear from her at any point in time, it's still important that I do that. Got a returning customer, so jot some of those names down that you need to do your thank yous for. I think I'm behind a little bit on my thank you notes. One of the things I had mentioned, I think it was a couple of weeks or so ago, is that I was sending cards to all of my teacher friends and not putting any product in them because I didn't want them to think that there was an ulterior motive in there. I really and truly just wanted to send them a card to start off their school year in a positive manner. That's something you can still do because a lot of people are only like 2 weeks into their school year. Some people are just starting. And then for some people, they won't be starting until the day after Labor Day. And so this is just a great time to put in that other extra connection and just those thinking of you cards. They have great cards over at Dollar Tree. And so it's $1 a card, or you can get the packages. I think I even bought some packages there, if I'm not mistaken. I bought some that are thinking of you cards. And I kept trying to think of where I had gotten those from. But Dollar Tree is like the best place to get cards. And that way you're getting, excuse me, a special card that's just for that person, but you're not breaking the bank. You know, we all know cards can get kind of crazy costly and so forth. So that's one of the things that I would do. So one of the things I want to go back and chat with y'all really quick. I know that you all were on probably Sunday night's planning Zoom. I didn't get to be on that since I was flying home, but there were a couple of things that I heard this last weekend that I wanted to share with y'all for this week. And when it comes to focusing on our to-dos and our daily do's and so forth, we've talked a lot about personal development. And if y'all have got a new book or something here put it in the chats. I want to know what book you're reading. Sarah Johnson told me about a book she just finished listening to, and I'll be daggum, I can't remember the name of it. She's going to have to send that to me. Lindsay mentioned a book called Boss Up, BOSSUP. And Sonia, if this is not the time for you, you can't get into it, then, like we've talked about before, maybe this isn't the time you're supposed to read that. Like when I started reading it, it just totally sucked me into the bottom of the pool for sure. But, I think, what is it? Tammy says, when the student is ready, I don't know how she words that. She's going to have to unmute and tell me that, because I always get that one wrong. And so
it's when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
There you go. That's it. I always get it mixed up. So Sonia, this might not be your time to read Bottom of the Pool yet. It might be later in the fall or something, where you pick it back up and then it sucks you in. But personal development is huge because it causes us to push ourselves out of our comfort zone, and it helps us to take the steps to grow. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. Give yourself some grace. If you knew how many books I had started that I have not finished yet. Yeah. So give yourself some grace right there. I was sharing this book with Tammy the other day, and y'all know that I use my spiral for everything. Well, a friend of mine that was here visiting a few weeks ago, I'm really trying to hone in on these last few months of the year and see what I can do that will help kind of be a trajectory and boost me forward. I don't suggest everybody has to go buy this book. That is not what I'm saying. Okay, but it's called The 90-Day Cycle, and it's a New Habits Journal. It's like $25 on Amazon, so it's not cheap. But whereas in my spiral, I'm having to write everything down and then give it a check off. It's all in here. There's so many amazing things in here. So like it tells me, and I love a checklist. So if I see something and I don't have a box done before I go to bed, by golly, I'll stay up and get it done. So I have not actually started it just yet, but for affirmations, 1 minute, you get a check mark. Make your bed, you get a check mark. Well, sweet, I make my bed every day. Practice your gratitude. Well, heck, we're going to all get a check mark there. Meditation, prayer, whatever that you do, some kind of body movement. And then it says read 10 minutes. Now I'm not going to have any excuse to not get my reading in. I'll put my earbuds in and I'll listen to my book on tape. But if I'm doing laundry or something like that, y'all know me, it's going to go in one ear and right out the other. And I'm not really absorbing what it is that I need to be listening to. There's a lot to this book. I'm not saying that you have to reinvent the wheel. I'm saying for me, I need to focus, hone in on my next 90 days and see if I can just really put the blinders on what all I can accomplish. And so that's why I bought this for me. I'm not saying that everybody has to buy this. If you want to know what the inside pages look like, just send me a message and I will send them to you. I sent the picture of the inside pages to someone else today. All righty. Let's see. One of the things I wanted to share with you. So, oh yeah, with 75 hard, you have to read a book. Audiobooks don't count. Oh, geez, oh, P. That would count me out right there. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so last Friday night, you've probably heard that we wrote down some fears of ours and things like that. And I'll be just blunt and tell you all this, but one of the things I had written down, and I don't even know if I actually wrote all of it down, was that there are times that, what is success? How do we define success? Or how do people define it when they're looking at us, whether we become a success or not? Well, this was something I was thinking about just a little bit earlier on my way home from Dave and Ainsley's house, is every single one of us on here is a success. You know why? Because the day that we made the decision to order our Thrive Experience, that was a success. The day that we started our Thrive Experience, that was a success because we chose to make a difference in our lives, and that has created success within our lives. So there's no true definition of what is success. you may think, well, okay, I'm 4K this month. I'm not a success. Yes, you sure as heck are. Every little step of the way that you are making progress within your business, you are a success. When you finish a book, when you listen to an audiobook, you are a success because you are purposely and intentionally choosing things to do to help grow yourself and grow your business. So you can have a team of customers. You may have a team that's you and customers and one promoter. You are a success. It does not matter. You don't have to have 100 jillion promoters to be a success. You are a success, and you have to put that label on yourself and go, you know what, dang straight, I'm a success, and let's keep growing. Okay. So that was something that, that was one of those things that I had to let go, was that whole feeling of, maybe there's people who don't think I'm a success. And I was one of those. I didn't feel like myself I was a success. And the girls, I burned it in the fire, and I jumped in the pool, and I let it go. It's gone. So the fact that I got up at 6 and I went and watched babies for 12 hours and what have you, I'm a success today, y'all. I'm a success. One of the things that Samantha had us do, and I'm going to share this with y'all also really quick, is I want you to envision who are the types of people that you would love to have join your team. Do you want somebody who's well-rounded? Do you want someone who's already in the business world that can speak that lingo? Are you looking for people that are stay-at-home moms or empty nesters? You may be looking for people that are all of the above. You don't have to choose just one person, one type of person. But when you can envision the types of people that you are wanting to join you, and you visualize that, the visualization piece is huge. I actually started writing down some names. I wrote down some descriptions of types of people that I would want to join me in this business. There's one person who I actually have a name for. I know what the name is, and it doesn't always have to be just women. It can be men. So there may be somebody that you're looking for and that you want to join your team who's a guy. I've got a guy that I know I want to join my team. I was telling Tammy about him the other night, and just a pretty amazing person, very well-rounded in the business world and that kind of a thing. That's just one little piece. And so Lindsay also talked about in visualizing. Spend 45 seconds to a minute visualizing it, because we all close our eyes in the shower when we shampoo our hair. That's when you can do your visualization. And she said what she did was, when she was wanting to get that millionaire award, she actually visualized herself walking on stage. How was she going to shake their hand and hold the flowers and then hold the award at the same time? She was picturing how heavy those flowers were going to be. She was picturing where her place was going to be on stage. I mean, so y'all, she totally pictured herself there in that moment. And so those things that we've got on our vision board, that maybe the 2 to 3 years out or the 1 year out, whatever, if 200K is on your vision board, visualize what in the world is that going to look like. Are you going to be wearing high-heeled sparkle shoes? Or are you going to be wishing you could wear your flip-flops, on stage? Visualize what that is going to look like. How's it going to feel to hold that sign? How big is the arm width that you have to hold that sign? Visualize every single piece of it. What do you want your dress to look like? Are you going to wear your hair down, straight, curly? Visualize every single piece of it. And when you visualize yourself in that moment and every single aspect of it, when it happens, you're going to go, oh yeah, I already knew that was going to happen because I visualized the whole thing. And not if it happens, when it happens. So that was just something that was just, it gave me chicken skin just listening to Lindsay talking about that. Let's see, Olivia, are you doing 75 hard? Have you started any books yet, sister? Olivia may be feeding babies for dinner right now. Let's take a look.
No, I was vacuuming. What'd you say? I heard.
Oh,
I just
I
heard
said-
my name.
Oh no, look at how cute you are. So have you started any of your books yet for 75 hard?
Just the 75 hard book. And then I haven't given up. Don't get me wrong. I'm still doing my low carb diet. I'm still trying to work out twice a day. I'm still getting in my gallon of water. But the only physical book that I have read, and I haven't even made it all the way through yet, is 75 Hard, his book. I need to actually get some physical books.
Go to the library.
Because they're supposed to be not like non-fictional self-development books.
Gotcha. Okay. Go to the library. Also, Dana Chuva had her stack of books that she read. She had put that somewhere. I think I screenshot it. I can send that to you if you're needing some books to read. But I find when I push myself out of my comfort zone big time and read a book that really is going to stretch me and make me grow, I'm all the better for it at the very end. Most definitely. Now, when we're all together next Wednesday, it will be September the 1st. It will be September the 1st. So when we get together next Wednesday, what I would love is for y'all to have, because we're going to do something with this. Can't tell you what we're going to do yet, but I would love for y'all to have 3 to 5 things you want to happen between September and the end of the year. 3 to 5 things you want to happen. It can be thrive business-wise. It can be life. Yes, I know we all want $50,000 in our checking account, but I ain't gonna be able to tell you how to do that. Well, I could. We just have to have a bunch of team members running. But 3 to 5 things that you want to have happen, or a focus of yours from that we can focus on between now and the end of the year. There we go. And I'm going to plan out my social media for the rest of the week. If y'all are planning out your social media for the rest of the week, y'all are a lot better than me. And anyway, anything else for the good of the cause? I know I rambled tonight and I apologize. I think I'm a little weary, even though I thrive. Sonia's typing. You can unmute if you want to, sister. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I won't be so scrambled next week. I promise you for sure for that. But anyway, I just want to say thanks to all of y'all that were on here tonight. And hang on, I got to get my camera, my phone, because I always am like, oh my gosh, we forgot to take a picture. Oh, and Lisa bends over when I take the picture. Lisa, get your butt up back up here. Oh, and there's Tammy. Wait. Oh, I like your shirt, Tammy Dean. Okay. All right. Everybody looks awesome. Well, I will see y'all. Tammy, you're going to knock it out of the ballpark tonight, sister. So love y'all.